one thing you didn't touch on, lunch. Where do you find time for lunch? Do you eat? That sounds like a very, very jam-packed day, but it sounds like you're very intentional too, though,
Yes,
about planning. And so even before we hit record here today, I was listening to you speaking to your team,
yes,
talking about the importance of scheduling,
yes,
preparing, and making sure that you lay the foundation out, which I'm starting to realize in my own life is a really big thing to do. Not only does it help you to understand where you're going, but even looking back in hindsight, you can look back and be like, okay, this is what I've done.
yes,
And I think as humans, we just get into a routine to where sometimes we just sort of go with the flow.
yes,
And before you realize it or before you know it, you're somewhere and you're like, how did I get here? But a lot of that thing is attributed to the fact that many people don't plan ahead, right? But
yes,
it sounds like you've figured that out and obviously you're very structured.
yes.
Now, as we get ready to wind things in, I want to talk about two other things, right? So,
Okay,
as a realtor, I'm sure that there's been a lot of challenges, a lot of growth along the process.
yes.
What would you say has been one of like the biggest hurdles coming into this industry? And how have you been able to overcome that? Or are you still, figuring out a way to manage that particular thing?
One of my biggest hurdle has been my accent.
Mm-hmm.
Being an immigrant from Nigeria and African, we have this heavy African accent. When I first started real estate, whenever I pick a phone to call somebody, the first thing they will say, "Where you from?" And when I hear that, I will say, "Wait a minute. I'm trying to help this person sell or buy a house, and they're worried about where I'm from." So at first, it was a big hurdle for me until I started working on myself through coaching and seminars because that was a limited belief for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because have you ever had that call when somebody call you and have an accent and you think it's a scam?
Hello?
So and here I am wondering, okay, if they don't even believe the think that I'm from here, how would they believe that I can help them? So I started working on myself. Then I did what they call Bo 100. I
Mm-hmm.
went to a seminar that said we have to talk to 100 people a day. I took that challenge and I handle 100 cards in a day. I go to mall, I go to Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever they have a lot of people. I just stop by and introduce myself. Hi, my name is Charles with Keller William Realty. I can help you buy a home or sell a home. Do you know anyone that is looking to buy or sell? They'll say, no, I'll just hand them my card. During that practice,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I noticed two things. After talking to 100 people 7 different times, I realized every one of them understood me. Then it was at that moment the light came on. I said, actually, they are listening to me. So I took it up as an icebreaker. Whenever somebody say, where you from? Instead of beating myself down that, oh, I won't make this sell, I say, actually, they're listening to me